This part of the training is all about making connections. When you learn as a health coach that the best way to get the word out about what you're doing is through the connections process, and the people that you're talking to will not feel any pressure, that all the things you're worried about will go away because this training is amazing. Your clients will come from the connections you make. So follow this training, watch it 3, 4, 5 times, talk to your mentor coach about it. This is really the foundational piece of how you're going to find clients. There are some concerns that new health coaches have regarding what they will say to people and how they will find clients. So, what we have come up with to alleviate the concerns about being pushy or salesy or being offensive is, what if you ask questions that people only said yes to you? Would that make you feel good? Well, that's what we have. Keep watching and you'll learn the whole process. The first part of the collecting yes process is your story. That's where everything starts, is your story. So to communicate your story, these are some of the things to help you identify that and to make it more effective. A lot of times when new coaches start to tell their story, they go into the how they became a client process. Like they go into, well, a friend of mine called, or I saw a post on Facebook, or I was at a potluck and my mom's cousins, brothers, da 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 da. And it spends like a minute just setting up really not their story, but how they found the program. And if there's occasions you want to talk about that, that's fine. But what I want you to really identify is how you felt before the program, because that's what people are going to feel. Like how real that was for you, how you tried everything else, how you were hopeless, how you were on medications, how you hurt, how you had no energy. Pick out 2 or 3 bullet points about what's true for you. And then talk about that and then say, but you know what? What's happened is I've lost 50 pounds. And oh my gosh, after the first week, I could tell that this was going to work. And I had energy and it just changed. I was happier. I've heard so many fun stories of how this program's helped people. So relate that through before and after. We have our before and after pictures, right? Well, now you have your before and after story. And just make it concise. Don't make it long, because here's the other thing to remember. When people hear your story, they're really only interested in about 30 seconds of it, especially if it's compelling and it gets their attention. And that's why you want it to be true, the truth for you, because that's what will get people's attention. But then they're done with you. They're done about you. It's all about me now. So when I'm listening to someone tell me something that interests me, guess what I'm thinking? Okay, what about me? What about me? Will this work for me? I wonder about me. Me, 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 me. Okay? So if you're still talking about you, they don't care about you anymore. So shut up about you and go. So that's why this teaching you this process of find the before and after part of your story, and then get to why the purpose of the call. And I'll talk about that in the next slides. But the other thing I want you to understand is you don't have to have a weight loss you don't have to weight loss story. If you're in this to help people and you don't really have your excitement, is it about because you got off medications or you have energy or any of that, if that's not true for you, you still have a story. So what I want you to identify is, why are you a coach? What excites you about being a coach? Well, it could sound something like this. You know what? I've been interested in health and fitness my entire life, or I've really taken good care of myself, and people have come to ask me, or I see the need in my family, and I haven't been able to help anybody because nobody will do whatever I did. They don't do it. And now I have a vehicle that will actually help people. And I'm so excited because of the results I've seen in X, Y, and Z. Bring out people that maybe you have a story from someone in your family, or you have a friend, your coach that introduced you to this. Maybe they have a story. And I've seen so many people being able to be helped by this program, and I'm excited to help others. Do you see how that's your story? So don't minimize that. That's a huge part. You know what? I've gone to doctors to deliver my babies who've never had a baby before. They don't have to have a weight loss story to be a good coach. My doctor didn't have to have gone through labor and experienced all the pain and anguish I had in order for them to be a good doctor. So get rid of that thinking. That's not true. And then stay tuned for the further slides to learn the rest of the process. So, right from telling your story, you really want to get to the point of the call or the interaction and get right to who you are now. So, because of what's happened to me and how passionate I feel, I've decided I'm going to be a health coach, or they've asked if I would be a health coach for them. Either way, you want to say that, and help others see similar results. So, you know people I don't know, and I'm just getting the word out. It's really important that after your story, or after, to make this segue smooth, because what will happen is people will start jumping in with questions. If you leave dead air, here's the point: he who is asking the questions is in control. So for you to control this conversation, which is really what you want to do, you want to get right to the yes questions. You want to get past this, and you want to do this segue as quickly as you can and get to what the interaction is for. Why am I calling you? Why am I talking to you? What am I trying to accomplish here? Okay, and this segue is vitally important. And this leads right into the yes questions. After you tell your story, it's really important that you get to the purpose of the call. So get to these questions. Hey, because you know people I don't, could I send you a short video? Now, here's what I want you to listen to. There's a couple of different options. What you send them isn't as important as what's to follow. So you can tweak this part to whatever. If you want to send the video, I'll show you how to do that later. Or if you just want to say, I want to send you some info, I don't really care. You could just even do a little quick thing on your phone and send it to them. So what you say here will depend on what you're going to send. So, hey, could I send you some information about what I do? And then be quiet. Honestly, let that question hang. If you're new, it's going to feel like, oh my gosh, it's painful. But it isn't painful. Honestly, they will say yes so quickly. They're going to go, yeah, yeah. Now, here's what I want you to do. As soon as they say yes, or if they're sounding interested, well, what is it? Listen to their level of interest. And basically what I want you to get in the habit of doing, because you're going to learn later in this training as well as other trainings over and over and over, what you're going to hear is how we suffer from phone avoidance. So what I want you to learn right now, just bite the bullet and get it on with it, is the importance of follow-up. So unless they are totally comatose, okay, and even then it wouldn't hurt you to practice just posturing the follow-up. So here's what I want you to do. When they say yes, and they will, great. You know what? I'm so excited about helping others. I would love your feedback. You're probably going to have questions after I send you the info. So I want to give you a quick call back and see what questions you have. When's a good time to check back with you? When do you think you might have a chance to look at the info or watch the video? You know what? Just sound natural about it. Sound assumptive about it. Like they want to. How you approach this in your mind is the biggest piece I can talk to you about, because I can tell, especially if you're new and you don't know what I'm telling you is true, you're going to have an automatic resistance to asking people something, or even asking to call them back, because sometimes we think we're bothering people, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But what I want you to really just trust about this is, if you just assume everyone, it's not a stretch either, everyone wants what we have on some level, either now or later, or they know someone that wants what we have. So if you just go in with that mindset and just shut all the other voices up for now, and they're going to be there, but don't listen to them. Just trust the force, Luke, and just do what I'm asking you here, but go for that next time. I'm going to send you some info, okay? If you just leave it like that, yeah, they will say yes, but we find that the effectiveness isn't as high. So I want you to go right to, so could I, when do you think you'll have a chance to look at it? I'd love to get your feedback about it, and you're going to have questions after you see it. When's a good time to check back? Is tomorrow better? Give them a choice of time. Don't just say, when's a good time? Say, is tomorrow better, or would Friday be better? Or tomorrow is morning or afternoon better? Like, give them some choices just to go for, and they will choose one. Okay, great. You know what? That's all I needed. What's the best email address for you? And then go right for the email address. You've already got their phone number. Now, if you're doing this out and about, get their phone number. They will give it to you. I am not kidding you. You just keep asking these questions. I swear, I've had total strangers give me their credit card number. So they will do it. Just say, what's the best email for you? Great. What's your phone number? Great. Boom. Just ask it. They'll give it. Would it be okay if I updated you occasionally? Now, this question is so important because this is really how you will touch base with them lightly um, in the future. And these are where a lot of people will come from because they might not be ready right now. So as soon as you ask, can I update you occasionally on how things are going? They're going to say yes. And then thank them again for their time and say, I'll check back with you again tomorrow or whenever you set that follow up. And make sure when you send the thank you email, which we're going to talk about in a minute, you confirm that appointment with them. Okay, just for fun, remember when I said pick the 20 easiest people on your list? This would be just for fun, just go try it. Go try it right now. Well, you could finish this training if you wanted to first, but honestly, if you would just go call your mom, your sister, your best friend, your husband, your aunt, your cousin, like just go call some people and just experiment with what I'm telling you. Keep it right in front of you. Do exactly what I told you. You will be so amazed. You're going to go, "Really? Is that it?" Yep, that's it.